Hello everyone, this is DJ and welcome to another episode of RC Retirement. Today I've got some great information for you. This is straight from the Defense Finance and Accounting Service Retiree newsletter, and since it's tax time, a lot of these little blurbs will be quite useful for all of you out there, whether you're retired or not. So I've got a lot here. I'm going to go through them very quickly and put all of this information either in the show notes as links, or I'll put some excerpts in the notes as well. And before I get started with that, I will ask that you come over here and hit the subscribe button and help me out with the numbers. I would like to get over 4 digits this year, or even sooner than that if we can, so help me out. Alright, so let's get on with the topic here. This is all sorts of miscellaneous advice from DFAS regarding your tax situation. The biggest one, if you're a retiree, is getting your Form 1099, and that is available whether you're a retiree or annuitant right now. You can also download W-2s for those of you still serving. So keep that in mind. All of this is available electronically and you don't have to wait for the mail. So retiree 1099s were available as of December 15th last year, and annuitant 1099s were available as of December 19th. Now, if you want them mailed, that's a different story. They're not going to be mailed until the end of this month. This is January, so January 31st is the earliest that DFAS will be mailing 1099s. Now, there are ways that you can get a 1099 other than the MyPay site, if you were not aware. They're both online options initially, and then the question is, how are you going to receive it? So if you want to receive a copy of your 1099 in the mail, you can call 800-321-1080, hit option 1 and then option 1 again, and enter your SSN, and that will prompt DFAS to mail a 1099 to you. So that's some good information there. Now, if you do not want, actually that was the nope, that was the mail option. They'll send it to the address they have on record, which again makes me say, keep your MyPay account active, and if you don't have one, create one, because it's the best way to manage all of your retired pay and currently serving pay information. So if you prefer traditional mail for the 1099, that can take up to 30 days for it to go through their computer systems and be mailed to you. You can also go online, and I'll put the address in the show notes, and request it through the DFAS website, or you can send a written request by fax or mail. Again, being electronically oriented, I prefer the electronic option because paper is easy to lose. I don't lose digits. Alright, so if you have a unique situation, you might want to speak to a DFAS customer service rep and get your information or get your issue resolved that way. You can also call 321-1080 and get in contact with a service rep that way. I'm also putting a link in the show notes for the DFAS customer service website just in case. Another useful link that you'll want to possibly use, and again it's in the show notes, is requesting prior year 1099s. So when I took a look at it earlier, it was for this year and 2 years back. And if you need something earlier than that, you can submit a help ticket through the Ask DFAS website, or you can call their customer service desk. Alright, so here are a couple of different things you can do through the MyPay website that can make your life a lot easier and faster and not have to deal with a lot of paper. One is, if necessary, then you can change your federal tax withholding. You can also change state withholding. It's just not listed here. You can do that all through the MyPay site and not have to worry about filling out and mailing a Form W-4. And just a bit of trivia, a new version of the W-4 has been published for this year, but you are not required to file a new W-4 with DFAS. If you already have one on record, you're fine. You only need to update your information if you want to change your withholding. That, of course, brings the question of how much withholding should there be? Well, the IRS has created a withholding calculator, and I'll put that link down in the notes also. It's a bit long, so I don't want to show it on the screen, but I'll just go ahead and read it off. irs.gov/individuals/tax-withholding-estimator. That's it. So in fact, let me make sure of that. Yep. Sometimes what I write down here is not the complete site. It's just for my notes. So just to be sure. Alright, so if you want to check your withholding, you can use that withholding calculator and make sure your information is good to go. Now, moving on to a different topic, DFAS is going to be sending an end-of-year mailing to retirees and annuitants. Oh, actually, this just says retirees, so this is not for annuitants. Scratch that. So for retirees, DFAS is going to mail, for those of you who want paper 1099s, they will be mailing those out, like I said, later this month. And of course that has been reported to the IRS. Don't think you can hide that. They're going to send a retiree account statement, which is going to include information about the cost of living adjustment for this year, any premium changes you might have in TRICARE or insurance allotments or other allotments at all. Any of that that's changed recently will be on that account statement. Now, they're also going to, the newsletter was also emphasizing that the statement effective date on the cost of living adjustment change is the 1st of December, so it's already started. And the year-to-date summary figure that the account statement shows is only for 11 months, not 12. So it does not include your December payment. So therefore you need to make sure you get a 1099 and use the number on it, not the number on your retiree account statement. Otherwise you're using the wrong information. You'll also get a second retiree account statement in the year-end mail with your updated federal tax withholding based on the updated tables for 2020. This will be effective as of a few days ago, January 1st. And if you have opted to receive electronic mail or other electronic documentation, you will not receive these mailings. All of these documents will be available on the MyPay website. That's the way to go. You can get it right away rather than having to wait. Alright, some other good information for you guys. I'm almost done here. The concurrent receipt and combat related special compensation open season has begun. It's from the 1st of January to the end of January, so you have until the 31st. Don't wait that long. Retirees who are eligible for both concurrent retirement and disability pay and combat related special compensation will receive an open season letter, or should have already received it back in December, with the amount of those payments. And it is now your job to decide which of these you want to receive. So it's obviously going to be a personal decision, whatever's best for you based on your circumstances. Remember, tax-free is not necessarily always the best. For example, if you have a choice between $500 tax-free and $1,000 taxable, do the math. Unless you're in a very high tax bracket, the $1,000 taxable is going to be better for you. So put a little thought into your decision. All right. DFAS also has a set of frequently asked questions for people on this decision list who have to make a decision during this open season. And it covers topics that include the impact of changes from one program to the other on your retired pay, VA compensation, allotments, monthly recurring survivor benefit premiums, former spouse pay, all manner of things. I've put a link to that in the show notes for you so you can check that out. Alright, a little bit more info and we're almost done. Now, looking at my notes, this next bit is scary and long, but I'm going to blaze through it very quickly. Alright, so here's some other things you can do with the MyPay website. You see I'm pumping this pretty hard. I really think everyone out there should use MyPay rather than a paper method. It's much more dependable. So some things you can do with getting pay information and making pay account updates on MyPay. I'll just read a few of them. You can view or print retiree account statements and combat related special compensation statements. For those of you currently serving, you can also get your leave and earning statements and W-2s every year. You can also get IRS Form 1095 for reporting the Affordable Care Act information. That applies to either status, retiree, or all statuses, retiree, annuitant, and currently serving. You can also turn on or off hard copy versions of any of these documents. You can view or print a verification of pay letter and view any court orders that you have provided to DFAS. And the same information applies, like I said, across all statuses. You can also update your pay information, your address, mailing address, email address, federal and state withholding, where your money's deposited, all manner of things. So don't think that you have to fill out a form every time you want to do something. There's an electronic option, and in fact DFAS prefers that you use the electronic option rather than the paper method, because it's faster for them, it's cheaper, and gets the information into your pay profile much faster. Alright, so as I scroll through all these notes, it's pretty much the same for every status. It's just repeating for every status, so I'm skipping a lot of that. You can also set up through MyPay alerts for various documents being prepared, such as your W-2 is now available, or your 1099 is now available. I'm going to pause right here because my battery on the camera is low, so I'll be right back. Alright, so let's resume. Sorry about that. I saw the battery status when I started recording and thought I'd be able to finish before it ran out. So anyway, we're almost done here. Like I said, you can set up announcements through MyPay that will let you know when documents have dropped, when they're available for you to download. And that's a very convenient thing. You don't even have to try to remember it. Is that available yet? It'll tell you, and then you can go get it. Also remember that you need to update your password to MyPay every 150 days, and it will notify you of that as well. Alright, so the last two things I want to say before I close for this episode is remember that the phased elimination of the Survivor Benefit Plan / DIC offset begins this month. And if this applies to you, then you can expect in many cases, not all yet, but many cases, to see an increase in the amount of pay you're getting from DFAS. And I'll put a link to my video about that particular topic in the notes, so please take a look at that. The last item, and this is going to apply to a lot of people out there, is the TRICARE Select Group A retiree enrollment fee payment is due right now. So I mentioned that in a previous episode as well. I'll put that link in the notes. Just know there is a small fee that is required for TRICARE coverage for this particular group now. It's very small, but you do need to make sure to pay it on time. Otherwise, your TRICARE coverage will be suspended, and it's jumping through a couple of hoops to get it reinstated. So don't let that happen. Alright, so that was it. If you want more information, I've posted a copy of that newsletter in the show notes. You can download it directly from my site and take a look at the full letter. There's a lot of useful information there. I did not cover it all just for brevity of this episode. Alright, so thank you for spending your time with me, and if you are interested in taking advantage of some of the services that I offer, you can go to the rcretirement.com /fees for services page and take a look at what's there. I offer a full range of retirement services and can help you get a lot of the benefits you've earned in a pretty decent amount of time. Like for combat related special compensation, it's pretty darn fast on the Army side anyway. The Air Force is proving to be a bit slower. Also, if you're looking to take advantage of those services or not, I invite you to come over to patreon.com /rcretirement and sign up for whatever level of support best suits your situation. If you are looking to make use of the other services I offer, keep in mind that if you sign up for $25 per month or more, I will give you a substantial discount on those other services, and that can save you a great deal of money in the long run. Alright, don't forget the last item here. Always subscribe to this channel, please, and tell everyone that you know about it so that we can get this information all over the place and into the right skulls. That way you can make informed decisions. And until next time, I thank you for being part of this audience and for choosing to spend your time with me. Until we meet again, thank you for your service. Have a great day.
If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then please have no qualms about posting them in the comments section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, or financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.